I have a name suggestion, and let's go with C3PMO. You know, C3PO, Star Wars, anyone? Anyway, that's my suggestion. Don't want to sway you at all, but that's just mine. Back to you guys in the studio, live in Waterloo. Vinny Lowerre, News 7 KW. And some protesters actually made their way down here, down Franklin Street, back down here to Lincoln Park. They were outnumbered by police. They were then greeted by Black Hawk County deputies. Governor Reynolds opened up her press conference with is that the damage is indescribable. A big takeaway for Iowans, though, is that help and relief could be here as early as next week. And today, over 100 National Guard engineers are in Linn County helping with repairs on any search and rescue. That time of the year when spring cleaning becomes a priority, and not just at home, but on a citywide level as well. The city of Cedar Rapids held an interstate litter cleanup project today. The cleanup took place within the interstate right-of-way between Wilson Avenue and 33rd Avenue Southwest. We begin tonight with some breaking news as the FDA approves Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use in the U.S. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Vinny Lowerre. Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine now gives the country a third tool to fight the pandemic. Let's hope it stays that way until maybe the first day of fall. Who knows in a few months. But let's hand things over to Storm Track 7 meteorologist Brandon Libby. But Brandon, we know you can't really forecast till fall, but, you know, what's our full forecast maybe looking at for the rest of the weekend?
If only we could do that,
right?
That would be nice, but
it seems to be business as usual here. I'm still seeing a lot of trucks going in and out of the facility, despite saying the facility is being closed indefinitely.
They're right outside the Anamosa State Penitentiary. Vinny.
Well, Ron and Abby, after speaking with some members of the community of Anamosa, it truly is a tragic day for those involved in the community. The attack happened this morning, as we've been told, in the infirmary, and that's where prisoners are sent for medical care. Several staff and inmates were attacked.
Hey, Thompson, the sheriff. Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a weird one. Ron and Abby, as of 11 this morning, a total of 57% of registered voters in Black Hawk County had voted. 46% were absentee ballots. The race heated up almost immediately when Republican candidate and Black Hawk County Supervisor Dan Trelka announced more than a year ago he'd be running for sheriff. Well, with today marking the first day of spring, Waterloo welcomed back 3 of its municipal golf courses today. South Hills, Gates Park, and Irv Ward Memorial all open for the first time at noon. Definitely a great day to get out there on the green. The courses are expected to remain open for the entirety of the 2021 golf season. Damage will show you that just right now. We actually saw the street lights at West Ridgeway intersection with 63. They're actually out, and they've actually been out since we've seen them around 6 o'clock. This is an example of a public area that would require a mask, but only if social distancing guidelines cannot be followed. Starting anytime soon. And we're live in Cedar Falls for Black Friday, looking for the best deals on how to stay safe while shopping. They had these new rules coming out, so the results would come back in a timely fashion to become more accurate. But as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of results right now. With Matt Nyman, it's the memories or moments shared with friends and family that will stick out. As you listen to Matt's story, you will hear from those family and friends, even Matt himself, documenting the life he lived. Matt continued his goal of helping military vets. This time, the adventure took Matt and 2 others to Alaska to climb another mountain.
There was a big wind event up there and created like an ice shelf. And apparently that came falling down on them.
Matt Nyman died February 3rd as he lived, ascending to new heights. Chris was at work when she got the call.
He had Matt's ID in his hand, and I proved the address. And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but there's been an accident, and Matt's gone."
Matt and his fellow hikers were found buried in the snow. Back in Colorado, a full military escort was waiting.
It was all in honor and respect for Matt Nyman, who deserves it.
Look of what we're looking at right now. So we are on University. As you can see, a lot of snow still packed onto University, but it's a drastic difference from what I've seen this afternoon. So we've seen plows out plowing the roads. They've been treating the roads as well, but these roads definitely showing a little bit of an improvement over the past couple of hours. But Black Hawk County Sheriff warns it's best to stay off the roads as freezing temps and that blowing snow continues overnight.
Going to be getting very cold tonight. We just encourage everybody to stay off the roads tonight.
Jackknifed semis are the result of today's severe winter storm. With the tow ban in effect in Black Hawk County, Lieutenant Martin McDonald reminds drivers to stay home.
Were to go in the ditch, if we're able to get to you, we would get you to someplace safe, but your car would have to stay in the ditch or median as long as it's off the roadway until the weather improves.
As the temperature drops overnight, strong winds continue. The overnight blowing snow will reduce visibility and some less traveled county roads could become impassable.
A lot of times the county roads aren't going to get plowed until most likely tomorrow morning. So, the best thing is just to stay home unless you absolutely have to go out.
While riding along, sheriff deputies responded to multiple crashes within Black Hawk County. McDonald warning those drivers who might brave the roads.
Officers have reported whiteout conditions. Somebody just hit a road sign. We've had vehicles go in the ditch. It's just a good night to stay home, watch a movie.
Mines is an education major. While tuition is based off credit hours, she says online learning does give a different experience.
I am getting the same credit hours I would normally get, so I kind of understand, but you are getting a whole different experience with online versus in person.
For seniors Colin and Ethan Schmitz, who are both double business majors, their main classes required to graduate will be in person.
I feel like I get a better value for my learning when I'm in person compared to online. It's easier for me to pay attention. It's kind of my learning style.
Both brothers will have to wear masks while attending class. Their worries are the thousands of students coming back who might not follow mask guidelines.
We're all going to be in the classroom together, and then we're wearing masks in the classroom, but then that many people come back to Cedar Falls and are in the same place. It's going to happen.
Abby, since the last meeting in February, the committee submitted revisions of some of the most approved patch submissions. The revisions were on 4 logos that were the most popular amongst categories of designs. Past discussions were revisited tonight, including the Holocaust and Griffin colors. 6 designs were submitted for production filing in patch examples. Half represent an eagle or griffin, while others show the 4th Street Cedar River Bridge, each member speaking about perspective of the proposed patches. Non-voting member Councilman Dave Bozen received comments from the public that one of the submissions was too close to a Nazi eagle symbol.
It's just how everybody has a different perception based on their background and the things that they've been exposed to in life, see things differently.
Committee member Aaron Maiden Page, whose grandparents survived the Holocaust, says there are no similarities.
From the state of Iowa to the United States, not every eagle is derived from the Nazi eagle, and it's just sort of important to remember that.
The room is sealed with plexiglass down the middle. Linked through a call machine, residents and their family members are able to safely see each other without a mask.
That was a key thing because, our residents a lot of times have to read lips, and with a mask on, that was virtually impossible. So a good fit for everybody.
When the visit is over, residents leave through a separate door.
And then the visitors exit, and then we sanitize both sides.
88-year-old resident Marion Broghammer is already getting to use the room. Marion has a long line of family wanting to see her.
6 kids and her several grandkids and great-grandkids.
One of her daughters, Joyce Frederick, says Marion hasn't seen her long line of grandkids since March.
She'll be able to sit over there and see all the little grandkids, great-grandkids running around, and that's been a long time since she's been able to experience that.